This video is all about super telephoto lenses, the 800mm and 1200mm to be specific. Sadly, at this point, we don't have any information on the rumored 2000mm. Now, Digikami-info out of Japan has this to say today. The Canon RF 800mm f5.6 image stabilized USM and the RF 1200mm f8 L series image stabilized USM have been added to overseas dealers. So this is great news, right? Well, sort of. There's no form of validation at Digikami. Now, normally we get a screenshot showing where it's registered or anything like that, but this time we didn't. And there's no Nakashita to validate it against, and Canon News did pick up on it, but they also cited Digikami as well. So we don't have any validation, but let's assume that this is true. When would we likely see these lenses? Well, usually what happens is once they've received certification or added to overseas dealers, we're usually around 2 weeks away, although sometimes it can take as long as 3 months. So let's take a look at the roadmap for this year. What major photo video trade shows coming up related to interchangeable lens cameras, you might ask? Well, that's right, CP+. Yeah, no, CP+ wasn't canceled, just the In Location show is canceled. CP+ is still taking place online. Now on the 15th, we're getting the WOW camera. Then on the 21st, we're getting the Panasonic G8-6 being announced. So could Canon be getting ready to drop some super telephoto lenses, the 800mm f5.6 L series and the 1200mm f8 L series, both image stabilized? Boy, would I love to have these lenses. I mean, they've got me excited just thinking about it. But let's take a look at the price here, because any sort of excitement that you might have right now is going to be completely shattered unless you're a Russian billionaire. Well, any billionaire really, because if you've got billions, doesn't matter, you can get it. The 800mm f5.6 is expected to fetch around $15,000. It can go a little higher, could go a little lower, but who's kidding who? I think between $15,000 and $16,000 is most likely for this lens. But the 1200mm, now this is an interesting lens because Canon used to sell this lens for the EF mount. And back in the day, I think it cost somewhere between $89,000 and $100,000 by the time they finally decided, we're not selling many of these, so let's stop making them, kind of decision that they had. But one just recently sold at an auction, and yeah, it fetched $580,000. US dollars, not Canadian, not Australian, and nope, not even New Zealand dollars, which would still make it very, very expensive. $580,000. Now, I could sell this house, and that would give me enough for the lens, but the three of us would have to live out of a car. Yeah, so my wife might not be too happy if I said, hey, you know, the channel's going well, I'm going to drop 600 grand on a lens. Yeah, you probably could figure out where that's going. It hasn't been validated. If they are to be announced, I'd really expect Canon to drop these lenses right around CP+. That would be really exciting. Now, as far as camera bodies, well, Canon rumors said that we're getting the R7 in March, not February. So I haven't heard any rumors pointing to any Canon cameras being dropped in and around CP+, but we're certainly overdue for a bunch of lenses, and I mean a bunch. At least 10 lenses were rumored for last year, and that included these two super telephoto lenses, as well as a 2000mm and several other lenses as well, and we've received very few of them. And this slide that I'm showing you right now is showing you all the lenses that were rumored for 2021, and as you can see, we did get some of them, but there's a lot that we didn't get. So obviously these lenses are too expensive. So what about something for free? Well, I'm actually offering something for free. You see, I just did a review on a whole bunch of new Angelbird products. One is this 4TB CFexpress card. That's right, 4 terabytes CFexpress Type B card. Truly incredible card. I'm not going to tell you much now because I have a video coming out tomorrow in the morning. But I got to review their AV Pro, their AV Pro XT, and Angelbird was kind enough to send me four AV Pro cards for, well, contests for promoting the channel. So I've already given one away at my live stream last week, so you'll always want to attend the live streams because you don't know when I might be dropping a prize. The next one, I'm giving away either the 512 gigabyte AV Pro SE. This has a minimum sustained write speed of 800 megabytes per second. If you're a video shooter primarily, which Ordinary Filmmaker, that's the name of the channel, this will allow you to shoot 8K RAW, 6K 60 RAW, 8K up to 60 RAW. Pretty well any stills hybrid camera out there, this card can handle it quite well, because all those resolutions and frame rates I just mentioned only consume 325 megabytes per second, and the card's capable of 800. Now, the one camera that this card doesn't work very well, I wouldn't say doesn't work well and isn't suited for, is the Red V Raptor, which is capable of 850 megabytes per second sustained. But for every other camera, Z9, Z7, R5, R5C, well, you're going to have no problems with this card. And if you want to buy one, they're $179.99, one of the cheapest CFexpress cards out there from a market leader. But the other card, and you get a choice, because I've got two 160 cards and one 512, the 160 gig card has a minimum sustained write speed of 1,480 megabytes per second. It's basically a small capacity version of their new XT. So you can hold down that shutter button. I did a test. I'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek. In the review, I used the R5 in electronic and manual mode. And in electronic, I held down the shutter button. I just held down that shutter at 20 frames per second. And I was able to go past 20 seconds before the buffer filled up. 20 seconds. You could just see it. Watch the video. You can just see, you don't hear a shutter when you're shooting electronic. You just see the frames flashing, and it's just flashing continuously for something like 20 seconds. So perfect for the photographer. I get a lot of people saying, hey, I'm a photographer. Why can't we make cameras specifically for photographers? Sadly, I can't help you there, but Angelbird has certainly made a card for photographers, a high endurance, high performance card. So I'll be giving one of those away at the end of this month. Most likely I'll do it on the 1st. I'll be giving one of the cards away. So it's really exciting. And all you have to do is subscribe to my channel for a chance to win. Doesn't matter where you are on this planet. You do have to be a resident of the planet Earth. You do have to be 18 years of older. So if you happen to have property on Mars or Alpha Centauri, if you do live off-world, then no, you're not eligible. You have to have an Earth residence, because right now UPS, Canada Post, all the services, they only deliver on the continent. I even deliver to Antarctica. So if you're living in Antarctica, and let me know if you're watching this video from Antarctica, drop us a note in the comment section down below. But all seriousness, all you have to do is subscribe for your chance to win. If you're already a subscriber, no worries, you're already entered. I'll just pick names from the list of subscribers that I have. So that's something I want to do to give back to the community a little bit. But I'm super excited by these super telephoto lenses, the 800 and 1200. Yes, I would love to see them. I'd love to play with them a little bit, but they're going to be well past my budget. The only thing I can hope for is an STM version, like Canon did with a 600 and 800 millimeter. Or maybe I just start looking to the EF mount and pick up a 100 to 400 EF. You can pick them up for around $600. I almost got one around Christmas time. It was the version 1, and I was able to get it for 1,000 Canadian or 600 US. But dialogue kind of broke down, and well, I was busy and not too well. So that's really, really exciting. But that's it for now. I feel I'm starting to just ramble on incoherently, although I'm a little bit excited. Whenever I see new products coming out, I'm pretty excited. Obviously, these aren't for the ordinary filmmaker with their price tag, but let's just wait and see. As we get closer to CP+, as news comes out, I'll be posting it. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you very soon.